Good morning, Your Honor. I've discussed this matter with Mr. Jenkins. I believe a knowing, voluntary, and intelligent guilty plea will be forthcoming to the information.
Okay. Mr. Jenkins, how old are you?
19.
How far did you go through school?
I graduated high school, and that was it.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes.
Prior to coming to court, have you taken any drugs or alcohol or any prescription medication in the last 48 hours?
No, Your Honor.
Have you ever been diagnosed with or treated for any mental illness?
No, Your Honor.
Did you get a copy of the information that was filed in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is it your intention to plead guilty to that charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you have the right to have your case presented to the grand jury for them to decide whether or not to indict you?
Yes.
Did you discuss that right with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you going to waive that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Here I've received the waiver of indictment. I witnessed the defendant sign the document in court. His counsel signed it, and I have signed it.
All right, I'll accept the waiver of indictment. Now, before I accept your guilty plea, I need to determine that you know and understand the constitutional rights you'll be waiving, the consequences of your guilty plea, and the maximum penalty I could give you, and I need to be satisfied that your guilty plea is being made freely, knowingly, and voluntarily. I'm going to ask you some questions. If you don't understand a question or you want to talk some more to Mr. Fatika, then stop me and I'll give you more time. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a constitutional right to have a trial, either to me or to a jury of 12 Lake County citizens. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to a jury trial, all 12 members must agree to a guilty verdict before you can be found guilty. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial, the prosecutor will call witnesses to testify against you. Do you understand the prosecutor must prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt at a trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
After the witnesses are done testifying for the prosecutor, you have the constitutional right to have your lawyer cross-examine those witnesses. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial, you have the right to have witnesses come here and testify for you. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If those witnesses refuse to come to court, I'll issue an order called a subpoena to make them come and testify. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to testify at trial if you want to. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the constitutional right to not testify at trial if you do not want to. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you decide not to testify at trial, nobody is permitted to comment on that decision. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial and you're found guilty, you have the right to appeal the guilty finding. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you file an appeal, you have the constitutional right to have a lawyer represent you in the appeal. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you could not afford to hire a lawyer, one would be provided at no cost. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you file an appeal, you're entitled to have a transcript of all the hearings in this case. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your
Are
Honor.
you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you could not afford a copy of those transcripts, they'd be given to you at no cost. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty today, you will not have the right to appeal the guilty finding. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about any of these rights?
No, Your Honor.
You still want to plead guilty to this charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand by pleading guilty, you're fully admitting your guilt to the charge.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand by pleading guilty to this felony that you're voluntarily giving up your freedom for whatever period of time that I could sentence you to prison, to jail, or to community control.
Yes, Your Honor.
The failure to comply with the order or signal of a police officer is a felony 4. It carries an 18-month maximum prison sentence and a $5,000 maximum fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
There is also a mandatory driver's license suspension of at least 3 years up to your lifetime. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that if a prison sentence is imposed in this case, you have to serve a period of post-release control for up to 2 years under the parole authority?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you are placed on post-release control and you violate any conditions, the parole authority could send you back to prison for up to 9 months for each violation, up to 1/2 of my sentence. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If that violation is a new felony, then you could get an additional consecutive prison sentence for that violation. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If that were to occur, the maximum prison sentence for that violation would be the greater of 12 months or the time left under post-release control. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that if a prison term is imposed, you are eligible for judicial release?
Yes, Your Honor.
I could place you on community control for up to 5 years, but if you violate any conditions, I could send you to prison for 18 months. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you that I would be lenient on you just because you're pleading guilty today?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you what I will sentence you to in this case?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand I do not have to follow the sentencing recommendation made by either the prosecutor or your lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you had enough time to talk to Mr. Fatika before pleading guilty today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he discussed everything about your case and answered all of your questions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the advice he has given you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you been threatened or coerced in any way to plead guilty today?
No, Your Honor.
Are you freely, knowingly, and voluntarily entering your guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Ms. Cutts, if the case went to trial, what would the evidence show?
Your Honor, just prior to that, there's one other aspect, hoping the court would advise the client about, that if he's sentenced to a prison term, the count would be served consecutively to any other prison term.
Well, does he have anything else pending that?
He does have something pending in the other court.
It's a misdemeanor though, right?
I don't believe.
I thought it was set for a plea in Shaker Muni.
It may be.
Mr. Fatika?
I apologize, Your Honor, I'm not aware of that kid.
All right.
I hadn't heard of it until today.
All right, well, you better talk to him, so if need be, I can advise him of that. Where's that occasion?
Shit.
Okay. Is it a misdemeanor or a felony? So you're going to plead on that? What's your plea date?
Mr. Jenkins advises that that Shaker Heights case is a misdemeanor. He's set for a change of plea on September 9th.
Okay. Well, let me tell you this anyway. In the event that it's not a misdemeanor, it's a felony, if you're sentenced on another felony, then this sentence has to be, if you're sentenced to prison on another case, then this has to be consecutive by law. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Go ahead, Ms. Kuntz.
Thank you, Your Honor. Had this matter proceeded to trial, the state would have proven beyond reasonable doubt that on June 6th of 2025, shortly after 11 p.m., Wickliffe Police Department officers heard that Willowick Police Department was looking for a vehicle, a Kia that had pulled into the driveway after Willowick was following, wanted for potentially speeding as well as tinted plate cover. The Wickliffe police officer went to the freeway from 90 West at Euclid Avenue to wait at the split for the vehicle, initially everything beginning in Lake County, Ohio. The officer then saw a vehicle in his rearview mirror traveling at a high rate of speed, immediately turned off its headlights and taillights, and went by the officer at 90 westbound from State Route 2. The officer activated his lights and sirens. The vehicle, the Kia, did not slow down. The officer was able to watch and dash cam caught the vehicle pulling away from the police officer, passing other vehicles, and actually going onto the right shoulder to get around a vehicle that was in its way. The officer pursued from 90 West at East 260th until the vehicle went around the bend at 90 just west of East 185th Street, and then lost sight of it. The cruiser had reached up to 110 miles per hour, but the Kia continued to pull away from the vehicle, from the cruiser. The next day, Wickliffe Police was notified by Willowick that they had been able to determine the owner of the vehicle, Warren Jenkins Jr., the defendant, and that Willowick Police Department had talked to him by phone where he admitted he had been driving during the pursuit. Wickliffe officer then contacted the defendant and spoke with him as well, where he indicated that he had been driving, that he didn't want a speeding ticket, that he had gotten off work and just wanted to go home. All of this beginning in Lake County, Ohio, and that would have been the state's evidence.
Thank you, Mr. Fatika. Anything to add to those facts?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Jenkins, did you hear what Ms. Cutts said, that the facts would show if the case went to a trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are those facts true?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is your plea to failure to comply, a felony of the 4th degree?
Guilty.
Fatika? Mr. Jenkins, is this your signature on the written plea of guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want me to accept your written plea of guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Accept the written plea of guilty. Defendant was present. Mr. Fatika advised of all of his rights, made a knowing, intelligent, voluntary waiver. He understands the nature of the charge, consequence of his guilty plea, and the maximum penalty. Find it to be knowing, intelligent, voluntary. Will accept his plea of guilty and find him guilty of failure to comply. A felony 4. I'm going to refer this for a pre-sentence report. Sentencing will be 9/24 at 10 a.m. Mr. Fatika, as to the bond.
Your Honor, we'd ask that his bond be continued. We'd also ask that the court consider terminating the condition that he wear an ankle monitor. Mr. Jenkins has been readily available to me. We met a couple times at my office. He's always been responsive to phone calls. He's starting a new job as a home health aide, and we ask that the court consider terminating that condition, but continuing his bond otherwise.
What's the bond right now?
It's $15,000 cash or 10% with GPS and no driving.
All right, I'll reset the bond at $15,000 cash or surety or 10%. The condition that you're not to drive, especially since you don't have a license, and there will be no requirement of the GPS, so you can have that removed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything further, Ms. Cutts?
Every courtroom tells a story, and this one shocked everyone watching. What would you have done if you were the judge? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more real courtroom moments like this one.